Hello everyone and welcome to the Gaming Spot Championship Series, our first recorded podcast on the spring split team. And speaking of which, we have the spring season. GSCS Season 7 is happening, and it is going to be the most competitive GSCS season of all time, and it is a format that can make almost any team be in contention for the championship and making the GSCS Winter Championship for the 2022-2023 Winter Championship big prize pool. So Season 7 already itself is going to have a prize pool. And that is something that we have not said since this time last year. The last time we had a prize pool for this league was literally this time last year when we had the Season 4 spring split. That was crazy. That was a crazy season. We had Hunter Go MVP. We had Blizzard Esports, like Diamondish team, winning the championship. Diamond, champ team winning the championship that season. That was also around the time where Not Solar got traded from Ice Gaming to Blizzard Esports, and now here's Not Solar dominating. Everyone's on top 3 lists and everything like that. And Not Solar back then was like in Diamond 1, Diamond 2. Now he is GC3, couple of games off of SSL. So that was a crazy season. And this one, I guess the spring splits all around usually are prone to be quite crazy, I guess. Okay, another big news we have as well is Taysom. Taysom is back with the podcast. Taysom, how are you doing?
I'm doing very, very good. I did not expect to be back until like May because, things. This is going to be a crazy season. I mean,
yeah.
The whole format, I mean, oh my god, I don't know, holy.
I mean, you yourself, you're very much a, I mean, you should say Galaxy, because this is the type of format stuff you like doing. You like doing the best. You love handling points. You love like the circuit-based system. It's your favorite type of system. It's what you really, really loved in Season 3, in 2000 and in Season 2 in 2019, Season 3 2020, 2021 season. That's the stuff you loved to handle. You did very, very great. It's so exciting for you, and it's also a format that very well gives teams, and almost any team really that's above GC1, an opportunity for the championship to get into the top 6 championship format. So I mean, go ahead. You can explain this format for yourself.
Yeah, this is going to be a crazy spring circuit format. Let me show you what we're going to have. What's going to happen is we're going to have 5 regionals. Basically, we're going to call them events, okay? We have 5 events. We have 16 teams. First of all, we have this upcoming qualifier. We're going to have qualifier before every event. So what's going to happen is the qualifier is 16 teams that all sign up to go up against, in the main event, the main regional, about a week later, the top 8 qualified teams from the last event. In this case, we're going to have to do auto qualifications from what was the off season. If I can see where I can get these auto qualified spots, let me pull this up for a moment. So auto qualified teams are Blizzard Frost, Blizzard Eternal, Team Vandal, AST Esports, Naptown Saturn, Optic Esports, and Team Vengeance. I named 7, not 8, and the thing with that is, let me just list a GSCS official statement here that says GSCS staff is reviewing the auto qualifier spot for Tapian Esports Academy TPN / Turbine Esports for the main event. The rules will be open qualifier. So staff and tournament organizers are already on that problem, and the reason why that's happening is because Team Satronics apparently, according to what I'm hearing, have disbanded the day before we're doing this podcast. They have disbanded, so now two of the players, one of which was listed as a sub, went under Tapian Esports Academy. And the thing is, a sub and a starter usually in most places don't always have the points going in their favor if they move to a different organization and the whole thing completely disbands. So yes, big news for people that did not know. Team Satronics have completely disbanded, and now they've gone on to Tapian Esports Academy. James and Shadow are both LFT right now. There are a couple other people that are also as well LFT, but yeah, that just goes back. So they basically ate all qualifier spots, and then the top 8 from each event will auto qualify. So say Blizzard Frost, Enemies Esports, Team Opium, Team Vengeance, Jinx Shift, Team Neutral, Turbine Esports, and Tapian all make top 8 in the next event. They will auto qualify. And the thing is, I don't know if we can show the points sheet, Anno, but every single event, the points sheet gets like the 25 points gets added for each like top 16 place by each event. So that's super exciting. The better you do later in the season gives you more points. So you have to do, first of all, you have to be consistent. If you bomb out, don't make top 16 the first 2 regionals, and make a top 16, stay like 13th, 16th place, you would have to win probably 2 events in a row for you to have a chance at actually going to the championship. So that's the great thing about it. You're forced to be as potentially consistent as possible, but it could confiscate. It could be confiscating to the teams that are not as consistent, and give them a couple of free passes if they kind of like FaZe and SSG in the fall split, where say Blizzard Frost, they make a number 1 spot, then they fall next regional down to like the 9th to 12th, then make number 3, then go all the way back down to 16. It really just depends on it, and we're not really going to have like a heated debated discussion on which team is really going to be the best one right now between me and Anno, but it will be super close.
Well, I mean, you basically explained it almost perfectly. We got 5 events. You can consider them as regionals. We have a lot of different things, but let's go over to something that has been here for a while. Most people know about. We have 6 commissioners now. The GSCS has merged a couple of days ago with the IPC League, bringing on commissioners of Galaxy and Iroza, who have been absolutely amazing for setting this stuff up, and as well as Surf from the RCS, which had most of the teams from there coming over here. We also have like Davenport and NSU coming from the IPC and the NULS from Scribs League as well. So that was we have some big things happening, big things in the near future for the people that don't already know and haven't really caught up. But now let's we can switch a little bit back to the format type thing. We have 24 contending teams, Taysom. 24 contending teams, and we've got 32 teams in all. And with this circuit-based format, 24 of them are contending for the championship, and 19 of them are in the qualifiers, and 8 already qualified. That is a lot of teams. That is 25 teams attempting to be in the main event, and then you subtract 8 from that who are already in the main event. That is a lot of teams here. No, there are 27 teams actually. I calculated wrong. We have 27 teams actually trying to get into the main event. You have 19 teams in the qualifiers. teams that we're expecting to get into the qualifiers to make it 21 teams are Team Prism, who have a little bit of drama happening with their roster. They're trying to get a roster. And Team Lunar, who is right back into the league. AST Sports has a couple of roster rumors happening as well that should be getting revealed in the next couple of days. But, okay, Taysom, this is where me and you have a couple of debates where it comes to, let's just say, teams that are contenders. Taysom, who are their contenders, Tay?
We could put Blizzard Frost, Turbine Esports, Blizzard Eternal, Team Vandal, AST, that's already 5. Naptown Saturn, Optic Esports, Team Vengeance, Aggressiveness, Enemies Esports, Official Control, all the Jinx teams. Then we have Shift, and then that's Turbine. Then we go to Tapian. Then there's Grand, and then not Grand, but I'll put Phoenix in contention for top 16. There's Neutral definitely there. Exotic, the old InSync roster. The C4 Elite. Lunar, Mutator, Prism, Opium, and Lucid. That is 25 teams, I believe.
Yeah,
I think you have a similar list. But
yeah, for the first time, we basically agree.
There's a lot of teams.
We basically kind of agree on that one. Basically agree with most of the teams. And Blizzard, Frost, Blizzard. I mean, this podcast wasn't all that entertaining. We're just kind of welcoming ourselves back into the recorded podcast group. Now that the spring split and the whole season is already basically confirmed, and qualifiers are happening this Thursday, actually tomorrow, from what I am seeing. Qualifiers are happening the 10th or the 11th of March, and yeah, Taysom, we could also talk about something right before we go. Blizzard Frost are back in it. They're basically the old Team Comeback roster. They have everyone from Team Comeback. They've got, including they got Caesar, Solar, Fellow Frame, Devo, and an addition of Andre. So Andre also coming into play whenever he can. So, I mean, it's not really a starting or subbing roster. It's just whoever can play, and practicing a lot, of course. One of the Dark Horse contenders, top 3 contenders to the championship right now. One of the, if not the best team that has scrimmed throughout this offseason, that has shown the league that they are probably one of the, if not the best team right now in the entire league. So that's something that everyone has to look out for. But Taysom, this is it's been quite the pleasure having you back on the podcast. We're gonna have way more entertaining podcasts. We're gonna have a couple of debates. We're gonna have people coming on the podcast, and yes, live podcasts are still going to be happening. So Taysom, thank you for coming on the podcast, dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be absolutely amazing. The qualifier coming up, this qualifier will be a banger, dude. They're gonna have crazy good teams.
Crazy good teams is absolutely right. But for us at the Gaming Spot and the Gaming Spot Championship Series, it's gonna be time to say goodbye.